you never really know what grace is until you need it, until you know that you are fully undeserving of it. It's almost impossible to grasp. Growing up in only private schools and going to church 3 times a week, I wasn't exactly clueless as to who God was or who Jesus was. It wasn't new to me. Things happen, people change, and you forget. You don't think about it anymore. You rebel. You do your own thing because you think that you're the only one that can handle it. I grew up without a father, so it was hard to imagine God as a father figure. So it's hard to look at him like that, subconsciously, not really appreciating what he did or what he's doing. And it was just hard to look at that. I started just not caring. I didn't feel like I had to own up to anybody's standards because everybody was a hypocrite. My whole view of church was completely distorted and just whacked out. I couldn't step foot in a church without feeling judged and all that. And that's when I started making poor choices and wrong decisions as to how I was going to live my life. I came out as a lesbian at 16 years old. And I just started running around with the wrong crowd who I thought was the cool kids. I began a very unhealthy lifestyle, and eventually it led me to multiple addictions. Food was one of them, and then it progressed to drugs and alcohol till I became a chronic alcoholic. I was very convicted and I was very scared that I was going to hell. Really, I wasn't ready to change my life. I just felt convicted and I wanted to stop feeling convicted. met a friend at Wellstone Regional Hospital in Jeffersonville, Indiana. I didn't know that meeting her would eventually change my life. You know, she was peppy and bubbly, and I was like, I don't understand. How is she so happy? You know, the last time I went into Wellstone, she had called my mom and told me to call her as soon as possible. And it turned out that there was this house that had beds open. God told me the answer almost audibly. You're going in for a year. And at that point, I didn't want to do it for the court. I wanted to do it for myself.
Wait, what am I supposed to say? Wait, I got this. I got this.
I met Wendy Lewin 2 days later, and I was just, I don't know about this. And it wasn't that I was freaked out about God or anything. It was just the fact that I was going into somewhere where they were going to probably control my life, and, you know, just, I wasn't going to be able to do the things I wanted to do. But I felt it, and I came to the sanctuary house the next day. Since I've been here, I have felt more love than I can possibly ever have imagined. Love that I've never known. Love that I've never felt. I was not discriminated against. I was not hated on. I was not judged. I thank the Lord every day for molding me and shaping me into the person that I'm becoming to glorify Him, and using me in a way that only I can be used in. It grabs at me, and I finally get it. There's a difference between knowing and believing. There's finally a light at the end of the tunnel, a glimmer of hope, and it's the best feeling I've ever had. It shows me that I'm walking in the way that He intended for me to.